Should Safaricom be declared dominant or not? That was the big question that the Senate Committee on ICT sought answers to as it interviewed Safaricom's Chief Executive Officer, Bob Collymore. This coming against the backdrop of a proposal by the Communications Authority of Kenya to seek for powers to declare any telco with more than half of the market share dominant and therefore subject to stringent regulatory oversight.
If you remember, in the 1970s, AT&T in the United States was an extremely dominant company. And if you remember the debate around the dominance and subsequent action, do you therefore think that perhaps it is time for Safaricom to lead the way itself?
It automatically says that if you are considered to be dominant, then there are punitive measures. And the punitive measures includes price control. Safaricom would have to submit its pricing for examination by stakeholders, which would include our competitors, of course, and it could take up to 59 days before we can make any price adjustments. And we would submit that that is not in line with international best practice.
Safaricom currently commands a market share of 68% in the telecoms market, according to CAK. Then there was the question of how Safaricom views the proposal to have it keep separate books of accounts for its different services, ranging from mobile money transfers to voice call services.
Do you feel that the time has come that Safaricom should seriously be considering, the next phase, for example, siphoning off M-Pesa?
Vodafone has a limited footprint in Africa, so it's in Ghana, it's in South Africa, Mozambique, Tanzania, the DRC and Lesotho. In none of those markets have they been declared dominant.
The M-Pesa service also came under scrutiny, with members of the committee seeking to understand how the mobile money service relates with competing money transfer platforms.
What sort of security do your customers, as many as 5 million or 6 million now, have about the money that is on the M-Pesa platforms?
We operate this network to the highest international standards. If you send money from Airtel to Safaricom, I have to go to an Airtel agent to take the money out. We are not against interoperability, we're simply against interoperability without proper standards having been established.
The Senate committee is scheduled to meet other players in the telecoms market as well as the CAK, after which it will give its recommendations on the CAK's proposed regulations on how to tame dominance in the telecoms market. Dennis Otieno, Citizen, Live at 9.